This is a crazy story. Sean Diddy lawyer, his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, explained why the rapper had 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil in his homes during the Homeland Security raids. He told TMZ for their upcoming documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, the Indictment, quote, "I don't know where the number 1,000 came from. I can't imagine it's thousands. I'm not really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything." When TMZ founder Harvey Levin said the feds believe Combs used the massive amount of baby oil as lubricant for an orgy, Agnifilo said, "I guess. I don't know what you need 1,000. One bottle of baby oil goes a long way." Okay.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
The attorney then tried to explain that the Bad Boy Records founder, 54, may have bought in bulk from a wholesale corporation such as Costco. "I mean, he has a big house. He buys in bulk, he said. "I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. Have you sat in the parking lot of a Costco and see what people walk out there with? Not 1,000 bottles of baby oil," Levin, 74, pushed back. However, Costco denies the lawyer's claims. Like, once Costco is getting involved, it's crazy. A spokesperson for Costco tells TMZ none of the company's U.S. locations carry baby oil, even though Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, told TMZ the rap mogul might have bought the item in bulk at the members-only warehouse retailer. For good measure, TMZ also took a peek at the Sam's Club's website, because it's entirely possible someone mixed up the two retailers. Yet, like Costco, there's no baby oil for sale there either. And never one to pass up an opportunity to roast Diddy, rapper 50 Cent posted a meme of a Diddy-themed baby oil product with the caption, "Coming soon, LOL." And in other Diddy-related news, one of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged encounters with a sex worker was videotaped, and that tape is now in the hands of federal prosecutors, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the male sex worker met with the feds Wednesday in New York City and signed a proffer agreement, which allows him to speak to federal investigators without fear of prosecution. TMZ was told the conversation revolved around Diddy, the man explaining how he got in touch with an escort to engage in a freak-off involving himself, Diddy, and a woman. TMZ sources say the man also dished on what types of drugs Diddy allegedly liked to use during the sex sessions, as well as details about one specific encounter he claims was caught on tape. TMZ sources say the threesome went down in May 2023, when the sex worker claims he flew from Atlanta to Miami to meet up with Diddy and the woman, and he ended up having intercourse with her while Diddy filmed the encounter. TMZ was told the sex worker had a copy of the video from that alleged encounter and turned it over to the agents who met with him. What's interesting about the sex worker's account is it lines up with what Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, told TMZ about the freak-offs. He said the freak-offs were not wild orgies and simply threesomes with consenting adults. Okay, so this story is ridiculous with all the baby oil and the lube and whatever, but this actual story is huge and it's only going to get bigger. So many people are allegedly involved in this. I don't want to say any names because, as I said, they're alleged. But look, if you know, and eventually everyone is going to know. And it's important to remember that this investigation has been going on for years before we heard anything officially about it in the public. There have been whistleblowers that have come out over the years. And again, if you pay attention to certain spaces of the internet, you probably heard a lot about it. But I'm curious to see how this is going to end. I don't think it's going to end quietly. I feel like he's going to talk and he's going to, name a whole bunch of names that are going to come out. And, maybe those names will be surprising, but maybe not. What do you think, Jackson?
Well, first, the whole Costco thing is hilarious. Like
the
we
fact that
gotta,
Costco had to get involved, like, how embarrassing
yeah,
for Costco. They
right.
didn't ask for
Like
this.
exactly. Like his lawyer could have just been like, I don't know, he shops at Costco. Like, oh no, we just super ashy. Like everybody in here ashy. I got eczema, so I just need extra baby oil. But
Would have been way more
yeah,
appropriate. That's a reasonable
exactly.
explanation.
Exactly. But on a more serious note, I mean, Diddy is in massive, massive trouble that he cannot reverse. But, you know, he's been getting himself here for as long as I've been alive, basically. I'm 32 years old. You know, we, as long as you and I have been alive, he's been putting himself in this position. He's looking at a minimum of 15, maximum of life. He probably gonna get more than 15. And like the reason that he recorded all of this stuff, yeah, so that he can have dirt on people, but also because he was making a record of it. Like he's obsessed with this type of stuff. You know, like, yeah, it's not the fact that he's a freak. We are some freaks. Who cares? But it's the way that he coerced people, the way that he abused people, and went out of his way to control as many aspects of their lives as he could, if he could. And it really wasn't any deeper than that. He's just a sick, disgusting person who is a predator against any and everybody who he can prey on. It's not deeper than that. So he's been putting himself in this position, and now what a legacy, you know, what a legacy he's made. So I don't think any reasonable person could possibly have any sympathy for him, especially when you saw that video of him. I mean, he was beating her like what, like, you know, so that's who he is. So he's right where he should be.
Yeah, and I wonder if people who are younger, like Gen Z, if they realize how big of an impact P. Diddy, back then he was Puff Daddy, how big of an impact he had on the rap industry back in the 90s, especially. He wasn't, I don't think, ever regarded as one of the best rappers in the game, but he was definitely prominent. And after the 90s, he took more of a backseat role, and he was producing a lot of people. He was involved in a lot of people's careers, and he helped a lot of rappers come up to find their own success. Now, with everything going on, like, yeah, he's a predator, we know that, but he was so entrenched in the industry that there's so many people involved. People are now looking into the death of Aliya to see if there was a link there. People are looking into the deaths of Tupac and Biggie to see if there's a connection there. And maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but that's like just the level of how ingrained he was in that industry, and how everybody in that industry, especially from the 90s, early 2000s, they all were, you know, somehow associated with him. I'm not saying that they were complicit in what he was doing. Maybe they were victims. We don't know yet, but presumably we're going to find out very soon. So